Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to see the Sound of Music Part 2, that is the Shehnai of Bismillah Khan. Now you all must be aware of this famous personality, Bismillah Khan. Why is he famous? That is the story all about. Before we could get into the story, let me give you a small introduction. You must have heard the word called Shehnai. Now this Shehnai it was being played in music. It was played mostly in the weddings in the olden days. But before that, the Shehnai was played only in the temples. Temples after that, in some occasions. But Bismillah Khan, the famous personality who gave a different platform to this musical instrument, Shehnai, and today we find Shehnai as one of the instruments in the musical group. Now let us see the story of how this Shehnai was invented and how it occupied an important place in the musical instruments. First paragraph, Emperor Aurangzeb banned the playing of a musical instrument called pungi in the royal residence, for it had a shrill, unpleasant sound. When Aurangzeb was ruling, that time there was one musical instrument called as pungi. He did not like the sound of this instrument. It was making very shrill, unpleasant sound. The sound was very bad. So Emperor Aurangzeb ordered that this pungi should be banned in the royal residence, in his kingdom, in his palace. So pungi was stopped. Pungi became the generic name for reeded noisemakers. If you see the meaning of generic name, a name given to a class or a group as a whole. So pungi was a generic name for reeded noisemaker. Reeded means wind instruments which have reeds like flute, the clarinet. If you see pungi, there are some small holes on it. That is what is called as reeded. Few had thought it would one day be revived. Few people thought one day people will make some change in pungi and again it will be brought for playing. But for few years it did not happen. Then a barber of a family of professional musicians who had access to the royal palace decided to improve the tonal quality of the pungi. There was one person who belonged to the profession of barber. He was a person belonging to a barber family. A barber of a family of professional musicians. Person who was belonging to a barber family, but professionally he was a musician. He decided that he will improve the quality of pungi. He chose a pipe with a natural hollow stem that was longer and broader than the pungi and made 7 holes on the body of the pipe. This person, he chose one pipe. It has naturally hollow, means it was hollow from inside. It was naturally hollow pipe. Hollow means it is completely empty from inside. And it was longer and broader than pungi. And on that pipe, he made 7 holes. And when he played on it, closing and opening some of these holes, soft and melodious sounds were produced. So, as he took this pipe, he made 7 holes on it. And when he blew air inside by closing one hole, opening another hole, closing the other hole, like that, soft and melodious sound was produced. Then he played the instrument before royalty and everyone was impressed. When this person played this instrument before the royalty, before the emperor, everybody and everyone was impressed. The instrument, so different from the pungi, had to be given a new name. As the story goes, Okay. Now, when this instrument was made, when it was played, everybody liked the sound because the sound was a very pleasant sound. The sound was a very sweet and melodious sound. So, this instrument had to be given a new name apart from pungi. Since it was played in the Shah's chamber and was played by Nai, the instrument was called Shehnai. Now see the word, how the word Shehnai has been derived. This instrument was played in the Shah's chamber, in the Shah's court, in the Shah's palace. So Shah word is here. This instrument was played by Nai. Nai means barber. Shah Nai. So the name was given to the instrument as Shehnai. This is the image. This is a pungi, which was making a very unpleasant sound. This is Shehnai, which makes a very pleasant sound. This is how the name has been derived. The sound of the Shehnai began to be considered auspicious. Auspicious means something that brings good fortune, means something that brings some good things in our life. That is called auspicious. When you hear the melodious sound of Shehnai, some good thing happens in your life. That is auspicious. And for this reason, it is still played in the temples and is an indispensable component of any North Indian wedding. And that is the reason this Shehnai was started getting played in temples and also in North India in their wedding ceremony. If Shehnai is not there, it is like an indispensable component. Indispensable means without which a piece of work cannot be done. So in North India, when marriage is going on, and in the marriage, if Shehnai is not there, the marriage is like completely zero. So Shehnai became the most important part in temples and in weddings in North India. In the past, the Shehnai was part of the Naubat or traditional ensemble of 9 instruments found at royal courts. In the olden days, Shehnai was included in the traditional ensemble, means it was the part of the Naubat. It was the part of the 9 musical instruments that were played in the palace at the royal courts. So Shehnai was added in the musical instruments. Till recently, it was used only in temples and weddings. So far, Shehnai was used only in temples and weddings. But the credit for bringing this instrument onto the classical stage goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. Shehnai was brought out from temple and wedding, and it was added onto the classical stage by the famous musician, that is Ustad Bismillah Khan. So the credit of giving a new introduction to Shehnai, or the credit of giving new recognition to Shehnai in a classical stage, goes to Ustad Bismillah Khan. He gave a new recognition to Shehnai in the classical music. Let us study about the life of Ustad Bismillah Khan. As a 5-year-old, Bismillah Khan played Gilli Danda near a pond in the ancient estate of Dumrao in Bihar. As he was 5 years old, he used to play Gilli Danda near the pond in the Dumrao village of Bihar. He would regularly go to the nearby Biharji temple to sing the Bhojpuri Chaita, and at the end of which he would earn a big laddu weighing 1.25 kg, a prize given by the local Maharaja. So every day he used to go to a nearby temple called as Biharji temple to sing Bhojpuri Chaita, the song in the temple. And once he finishes this Bhojpuri Chaita, the song, he used to be given, or he was given, a big laddu of 1.25 kg. That was his prize by the Maharaja, local Maharaj of that Bhojpur, of that area. This happened 80 years ago. 80 years ago, this had happened. And the little boy has traveled far to earn the highest civilian award in India, the Bharat Ratna. And today, Ustad Bismillah Khan's name is recognized as the highest, the person who has received the highest civilian award in India, that is Bharat Ratna. So just let us see or imagine the journey of Bismillah Khan when he was a young boy, when he was a very small boy. At the age of 5, he used to sing songs, Bhojpuri songs, Chaita, in the temples. He was given a big laddu as a prize. And just imagine, this small boy became the famous personality of India. And he got Bharat Ratna Award, the most prestigious award of India. Born on 21st March 1916, Bismillah belongs to a well-known family of musicians from Bihar. Ustad Bismillah Khan was born on 21st March 1916. And he belongs to a well-known family of musicians from Bihar, means his family members, they were belonging to musical group. His grandfather, Rasul Baks Khan, was the Shehnai Nawaz of the Bhojpuri King's court. See, his grandfather